I'm gonna roll with these videos today. Today I will be answering you guys' questions. A couple weeks back I put up a video asking you guys to ask me some questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into this and let y'all know some stuff about me. A lot of the questions were the same, so yeah, I'm not gonna answer the same question twice, but let's just go ahead and jump into this Q&A video. So this first question, it's multiple questions in one. So it's from Everything Iman. So the first part of the question is, does Bob and your hubby get along? They're not friends. I mean, if there's a birthday party going on and Bob happens to get invited, then there's gonna be like a, Bob will initiate the head nod, what's up, and then, you know, Terrence will say what's up, but that's it. Another part of the question is, has Bob ever apologized to you for how he treated you? No, he hasn't. He probably feels he didn't do anything wrong, but no, he hasn't. And I don't expect him to, even after all them years. If he does though, I'll be surprised. The last part of the question is, how is your relationship with Bob's sister? Well, Bob has 3 sisters, but out of the 3 I was cool with 2. One I was really cool with. It was his younger sister. We do not get along. I shouldn't even say that. It's just I hear little stuff she still says. So I don't fool with people like that as it is almost. So when you coming for me, I'm getting too old to be doing all that extra stuff. I'ma just not even address you. You won't be friended on my Facebook. You won't be friended on nothing else. I'm done with him, and if you negative and causing drama in my life, I'm done with you as well. Now his other sister, the one I told y'all about that was, I didn't know I was pregnant and then she ended up pregnant, we're cordial. She's been to my new home. You know, I've done her daughter's makeup for the dance recitals and stuff. So I mean, we're cordial. We're not BFFs, but we're cordial. Next question I got, and some of y'all, I'm not gonna say y'all names because I can't pronounce them. The question was, how to gain confidence when you are a plus size woman? I mean, honestly, just love yourself. That's how you gain confidence. Regardless if you plus size or not, love yourself. Love yourself, and that's where confidence starts. If you love yourself and aren't worried about what other people have to say because you got an extra roll here or your legs rubbed together there, so what? Love yourself first, and confidence will grow and grow more and more every day. Also, she said how to be confident during sex. I didn't used to be. When I was with Bob, it was real difficult, you know, because he was like super skinny, and I was always bigger than him. So, you know, the lights always had to be off. But with my boo, Mr. Frazier, he just, I don't know, he made me feel just so good about myself. After a while, I didn't care. We can do it in the daytime. We can do it with the lights on. It don't matter. He loved every part of me, so it just got me to where, okay, hey, I don't mind showing this little bit right here. You like, I didn't care. It took me a while, but if you find that right man that will make you feel just this way, I can't describe it. It just makes you feel like you the sexiest woman on earth, then you won't have no type of problem doing nothing during sex. My next question is from Stephanie Cole. She said, hey Bossy, hey girl. She said, you mentioned in a previous video that the rapper Tech9 was your brother. Are you guys close, and what do you think of him being a self-made independent artist and accomplishing so much in the music industry? Girl, that was a lot. Well, yes, Tech9 is my older brother. That is my mom's firstborn son, and then I'm underneath him. We're 13 or 14 years apart. But alright, sorry y'all, I had to switch cameras. My other camera died. What do I think about, you know, his success? I'm very happy for him. I'm proud of everything that he's accomplished, and for him to be up in age and still making good music that a lot of young people love. I mean, the man has been in Forbes, so if you make it in Forbes, you're doing something right. Something. But yeah, we are close. We're not as close as we used to be, you know, because he's always traveling, and you know, he got his main clique, and I'm a mother and I have my stuff going on. So, but I just saw him actually last night at the main event. We had went out for my younger brother's birthday, and we were in there, and then boom, there's Tech 9. My brother was there, so he came over and we talked, and you know, it was good. This next question is from Nadi Gray, or Nady Gray. I don't know if I said that right. She says, what is it like being a mom of 3 daughters? Do they have different personalities, and are you ready for them to become teens? So I'm a mom of more than 3 daughters, but my daughters, I can say it is getting more challenging. When they were younger, it didn't seem as tough, but you know, I have one that's damn near a teenager, and you know, they're starting to change their personalities. They all have different personalities, but I still see myself in them, you know. So I have to deal with more attitudes, and as they get older, you know, stuff changes, you know, periods and menstrual cycles. I have to deal with that kind of stuff now with 2 of my daughters already. So it's different. At times I want to cry, like, oh my God, what am I doing? And I'm not ready for them to become teenagers, because I'm not ready to deal with this boy situation, because boys can go home, but babies have to stay with the mama, and I don't want to deal with that. You know, I was a young mother, and I pray to God my daughters don't. I pray they don't. Sparkle Lovely, she said, I wanted to know, after your relationship with Bob, was it hard for you to trust again? Yes, it was. It was very hard. That's why I didn't want to deal with no other dudes for a while. When I first started dealing with Terrence, I was very hesitant to trust him, but I don't know, it was something different with him. Once we were hanging with each other a lot, and you know, just talking about things that I never really talked about with Bob, I don't know, I really started to trust him, and I trust him so much. I don't have none of that type of suspicious activity like I did with my first relationship. She also asked, do I have any plans on how I can protect my girls from going through the same thing? I mean, I'm gonna just tell them what you deserve as a woman and what you shouldn't put up with, because I cried many nights dealing with their daddy, and you know, they have seen their father do stuff even in relationships after me, and they came to me and said, Mama, he shouldn't do this, he shouldn't do that. So they know, but I'm going to instill in them further, don't take this certain stuff from a man. You see how Terrence treats me? That's how a man is supposed to treat y'all. Next question is from V Love. She said, what shows do you like to binge watch? So I love Love and Hip Hop. I ain't even gonna lie, I like the Ratchet. Now the ATL, the other ones are cool, but I love Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I also like Little Women LA. Shout out to the Short Sisters. I love Little Women LA. What else do I like to watch? Oh, Walking Dead. It's a lot of shows. Oh, but my show that I love, that I'm so mad about, that I can just watch all the episodes in 1 or 2 days, Orange is the New Black. And I hate that it takes a whole damn year for you to see the next episodes, because then you be done forgot what you watched last season. But that is a show that I can binge watch. I've never watched shows that fast like I watched the Orange is the New Black. Next question is from Chloe Clark. She said, who's your favorite rapper and artist in general? My favorite rapper is LL Cool J. Not because of his rap skills, but because he is so fun. I have had the worst crush on him since I was in elementary school. Them lips, them LL Cool J, just because of what he looks like. But my favorite actual artist, like R&B singer, is Monica. I love her songs. I've been obsessed with her since I can remember. I have her CDs. That is my best friend in my head. Next question is, if you could travel to anywhere in the world, where would you go? I've already been here, but I would go again because it was so freaking lit. It was so fun. I mean, we've been other places, but Jamaica, I will go back to Jamaica. I know that don't seem like much. People probably like, you go to Jamaica out of anywhere in the world? It was so fun. I don't know. I just had the best time in Jamaica. It was the food, it was just the people, everything, the atmosphere. I love Jamaica. I would go back there in a heartbeat. Next question I got is, how do you know it's time to leave someone after years? If you are always sad, if you're always crying, if you're always guessing and wondering where he or she may be, if you're always stressed out, then it's time to go. And sometimes it takes a minute to realize that, because hell, it took me a damn long time and 3 kids to realize that. But you're not gonna want that feeling no more. You're gonna be over that feeling. You're not going to want that feeling. And I would say once that feeling starts up, then it's time to go. Don't wait until a piles and piles of shit start happening and then you stuck and have a bunch of kids like I did. Like, if you're young and you're dealing with somebody that's not treating you right and y'all don't have no kids, get out. It's no point of staying. Next question is from my boo, Tiffany. Her question was, when are you coming to visit me? We should do a meetup. Love you. I'll come and visit you once I can be off of work long enough to visit, and you know, I got me some good money so we can go shopping and all of that. But I'm gonna visit you, or you need to come and visit me here in KC. My next question is, do you think about having another baby? I have honestly thought about it. You know, it'd be like the Brady Bunch, you know, 3 girls, maybe 3 boys. But I'm getting up in age, one, and kids are expensive. Like, when I see little bitty babies, I get baby fever. But me and Terrence had talked about it. He always says, I wonder what a girl would look like if we had a girl. But you know, it's not that serious. So I don't plan on having no more kids unless something happens and these tubes come untied or something magical happens. No, we done. I'm shutting shop. Nicole in Love asks, does any of your co-workers watch or have subscribed to your channel? Yes. I think about maybe 5 or 6 of my co-workers are subscribed to my channel. My next question is from Sincerely Anna. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry if I messed your name up, girl. She said, when did you move out of your parents' home? I moved out of my parents' home when I was 21 years old. I had got my first apartment. So 21 is when I moved out. And she also asked, in what ways did having your first child change your life? I feel like it slowed me down somewhat. I didn't go party a lot like I did in high school. I didn't party a lot. Like, when my cousins or friends went and did stuff, I stayed home with my baby and I was just fine with that. So next question is from iFlower TV. She says, what made you decide to do YouTube? I used to watch YouTube videos, and one day I was bored and just wanted to review some hair that I bought and thought it would be fun to do. Quality was crappy as heck. Video still on my channel. It's my first video. But I mean, I just wanted to see if I could do it. Plus, I really didn't have no friends, so hell, why not talk to the camera? She also asked, how do you juggle YouTube, a job, and your family? Well, YouTube is my last priority. My children are first, so I have to make sure they are straight, you know, fed and bathed, and, you know, spend time with them and play with them. And then, of course, my job, that's very important as well. Sometimes I'll just record like a bunch of videos in a day, which I'm doing now. That's why y'all gonna see me in this same shirt. I'll record a whole bunch of videos in a day. That way the rest of the week I have time for my kids. I make sure I get enough rest for work, because YouTube, yeah, I get money from YouTube, but not to afford this house, not to afford that car note, not to afford them kids. So even though I love YouTube and it's a real fun hobby of mine, I make sure my kids and my job come first. So sometimes YouTube videos, they'll come up back to back to back because, you know, I need time for what's most important. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming, especially when companies want me to review this within a certain amount of time. And sometimes that don't happen. Like, I have to make sure my family is straight first. Next question is from Aisha or Aisha Lovely. She says, are your boys the sons of your now boyfriend? Yes, my 2 sons are by T. Frage, my boyfriend that I've been with for a while now. Next question is from Nakia Elliott. She says, how is raising boys and girls different? I think boys are more laid back. They can be hyper and a little wild, but my boys, they love action figures and toys and their superhero shows. So they can do that and be fine. They don't walk around the house. They don't walk around the house saying we're bored. We're bored. Like, my boys, they just seem easier. Whereas girls, you got to deal with attitude. You got to deal with them always wanting this and wanting that, and just them always worrying about their appearance. Well, and my sons right now, they're still young, so they don't worry about that. They'll put on whatever. But my daughters, it's very different. It's very different. I feel like boys are a lot easier than girls. Next question is, do your kids ever ask you why you always talk about Bob in their videos? Yes, my daughters do ask that. They be like, Mama, why you telling my daddy business? He said he don't do that stuff. I tell them that it's just to inform other young ladies to beware of people like that, and I'm spreading the word. So they'll just laugh at me. They be like, Mommy, you always talking about our daddy. They don't get mad or offended because it's not like I'm telling lies. But they think it's funny that I'm always talking about him. But I said, y'all tell me he talks about me, but not in a good way, even to this day. So why not talk about some of my past experiences with him? But they don't get all upset or sad or anything like that. Next question is, what is your favorite color and why? My favorite color is purple. And, I mean, I just like purple. That was my mom's favorite color too, but I just like purple. It's not really a reason why, I just like purple. My next question is from Miss Riri. She said, what do you and Terrence do for a living? Well, Terrence actually makes car seats for, what's that car called? The Malibu? Whatever the newest Malibu is. Anytime there's a new Malibu, the company he works for, they make the car seats for Malibu. He has a pretty good, decent job. And as far as me, I work in the financial industry. I work with adjusting issues with people's, you know, stocks and bonds and stuff like that. I get this question a lot, and it's gonna happen when it happens, y'all. But the question is, how many children do you have? I have 5 children. I have 3 girls and 2 boys. The 3 girls are by Bob. The 2 boys are by my now boyfriend. Her next question is, the next part of the question is, what's taking so long to get married? Well, when I get married, I only want to get married once. But I'm not going to rush him to marry me. When he's ready to marry me, it will happen. Y'all just sit tight. Yes, we've been together for quite a long time. But I mean, it's going to happen when it happens. So when it happens, y'all will know. Next question is from Taronda Willis. I hope I said that right. Hey, boo. She says, are you planning on having a meet and greet ever? Yes, one day I will. I don't know when. I get kind of nervous meeting people that I've never really met in person. I already saw a subscriber at the grocery store, and it shocked me that, you know, she saw me, and I wouldn't look in the best either, because I don't look like this every day. But one day I'll have it. Maybe when my numbers get bigger. Next question is, what is your zodiac sign? I am a Libra. And they ask, do you agree with most of the things said about your sign? Yeah, I'm not really big into all of that. So, I mean, I don't know. You tell me. If you know what a Libra is supposed to be like, do I fit that description? Next question is, how do you get free hair to review? Honestly, I just have my email address down in my videos description box, and companies just, I guess they just watch my videos and like something about me and want me to promote for them. So they asked me if they could send me free hair for in exchange for a review. I say yes, and that's pretty much it. I don't go asking them. They just come to me. Did you always want a big family? To be honest, no. I only wanted one child growing up, and I only wanted it to be a boy. I never wanted daughters, and I never wanted more than one. And will I have more kids? No, I will not willingly have more kids. How old were you when you had your first child? When I actually had her, I was 19 years old. But I got pregnant with her when I was 18. And they also asked, how old are you now? I am now 31 years old. Some people are surprised that I'm that old, but I'm old. I mean, that's not really old, but I'm 31. My next question is from Bridget Simmons. She says, I remember you saying your name is Islamic. Is your dad slash family Muslim? Okay, so I'm waiting for someone to ask me this question. And I may lose some subscribers, and I'm prepared for that, because, you know, when it comes to religion, people get really sensitive, and they're very outspoken, and they're very opinionated. So yes, my father and majority of my family on my father's side is Muslim. My mother is not. She was a Christian. But yes, my father is Muslim, as well as my brothers and as well as myself. Over the years, I have kind of strayed away. Not because I don't agree with it, but I have strayed away some. I still don't eat that nasty swine. And I still do believe in the teachings, but I just haven't been practicing hardly at all, really. Not to really get all into it, but growing up I went to a masjid, and I also went to church with my mother. I grew up with a Muslim father and a Christian mother, and it actually wasn't bad growing up with two different religions, but we mainly went toward my father's religion. My mother tried to too, but it wasn't working. My next question is, are you close with your mom? Well, my mom had passed away in 2014, but I was very, 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 very close with my mother. She was like my best friend. Like, we look alike and everything. But yes, I was very close with my mother. She also asked, how was your childhood growing up? I had a really good childhood. Yeah, I didn't really have a bad childhood. Even with two different religions in my household, we got the best of both worlds. So, you know, I would get something for Christmas. I would also get something for Ramadan. So it wasn't really nothing too bad. What was high school like for you? High school was really fun for me. I was kind of sad when it was over. I didn't have a bad high school experience. I had a lot of friends. I didn't have like bullies or anything like that. You know, I met Bob. Yeah, high school was fun. Westport. Yes, it was fun. Next question is, where did you go to school? I went to Westport High School. Next question is, have you talked or seen Bob recently? Maybe 3 weeks ago, when the last time he seen my kids. Yeah, maybe 3 weeks ago. I saw him. I didn't talk to him, but I saw him in my driveway. We have to see each other. We do have children. Why do you think you accepted Bob's treatment for so long? Self-esteem / self-worth issues. I think I was really crazy, because when I think about it, I even be thinking sometimes like, why did I even stay with him? It was really, I had my father in my life. I had my brothers. I wasn't in a abusive home or nothing crazy like that. I don't know. I think it was just because of my weight. I allowed him to do so much to try to keep him to stay with me. But that shit's not worth it. Like, I think it really was self-esteem issues. And finally I woke up because it was some bad situations with that man. And I had to just really realize that I was worth way more than what he was giving me. Next question is, I want to know what your name means and if you feel it defines who you are. Well, my name is Basima, and my name means to smile, and I think it represents me well, really well, because I'm always cheesing or laughing or giggling or something like that. So, how many kids do you have? I have 5. Someone wanted to know how old my kids were. I have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old. Wait, no. I'm so sorry. I have a 12-year-old. I have a 10-year-old. I have a 9-year-old tomorrow. And I have a 5-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. What is the one makeup technique that took you the longest to master? Blending my eyeshadows. Blending my eyeshadows. It was so difficult. I just figured you put color here, there, but no. It took me a minute to learn how to blend my eyeshadows. How long did you and Bob date for? Bob and I dated for almost 5 years. I started dating him in high school. Last question is, how did your kids meet your new man? My daughters met Terrence at my family's restaurant. One day I was going to take my daughters out to eat. He happened to come up there, and this is after we had been talking for quite a while, and he met my daughters. He met my dad and my grandmother and a couple of my cousins. That's how he first met them. I think my baby girl was 2, my middle child was 3, and my oldest daughter was 5. Those were the questions. Thank you guys for asking me some really interesting questions. I hope none of my questions turned you guys off. But yeah, I had fun doing this Q&A. I might do another one in a, what am I at? 19,000 subscribers. Maybe, God willing, if I get to maybe 40. No, is that pushing it? 30,000. I may do another Q&A. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.